Hello, fourth graders. Welcome to the second part of lesson 5.8. All right, working on subtracting mixed numbers, right? Because sometimes we need to eat more than one of something, right? If you have 6 cookies and you ate 3.5, well, you might need to subtract mixed numbers. So, let's talk about our math message problem here today. So take a moment and I want you to try to solve this problem. Well, this one, not as complex as ones where we have to borrow. Remember, last time we said that we only need to borrow when we have that big number on the bottom, right? And that is why I am asking you to make sure that you stack these problems on top of each other like this, right? And so when you do this, you can see 2/3 minus 1/3. I don't have to borrow there. The bigger number is on the top. It's not big top borrow. So we would have 1 and 1/3, and then, but that's not all of the answer. What's the label? It is gallons. 1 and 1/3 gallons. Okay, you always have to label your answer so that we know what you're talking about. Our goal here today is to be able to subtract mixed numbers correctly, right? We continue to work on this standard from our fraction content. Here we have a problem that says Jada bought a 5-pound bag of potatoes to make potato pancakes. When she finished cooking, she had 1 and 3 pounds of potatoes left. How many pounds of potatoes did Jada use to make the pancakes? All right, so right, we have she starts with something and she uses some, and so we need to know how much she used, right, when she was making the pancakes. So we're going to be doing 5 minus 1 and 3/4. So let's talk about some other ways that we could think about this. And then I'm going to get back to that way with borrowing that we talked about last time. Well, whenever you're subtracting, you can always use a counting up strategy, right? So if you start with 1 and 3/4, which was right here, and then you say, okay, I need another a 1/4 here to get up to 2 wholes. And then 3 more is going to be 3 and 1/4, right? If you want to see that on a, with some jumps here, right? So if you had 1 and 3/4, or not 1 and, let's see, was it 3/5? Nope, it was 3/4. 1 and 3/4. Well, we would need to go up a little bit to get up to 2, 1/4, and then a whole lot to get up to 5. That's a 3 jump. And so our answers are up here, just like this counting up strategy that you used a lot last year as third graders. You could use it here for mixed numbers as well. We could also find equivalent fractions. I'm not as big of a fan of this right now, right? Maybe as you get to be more comfortable with equivalent fractions, this would be more useful. But if you think about 5, well, if you had 4/4, 4/4, 4/4, 4/4, 4/4 5 times, right, that would be 20/4. And if you had 1, well, that's 4/4, and then 3/4 here is 7/4. So 20 minus 7 equals 13/4. And then you have to pull that back into a mixed number, right, which equals 3 and 1/4. Like I said, not a huge fan of this right now, but I did want to show it to you because it is something that you might want to use as you get older. Here's the borrowing strategy, though, right? This is really going to be my suggestion to stick with because it goes along with something that we've done in the past. Now, be careful. Look at this. 5 minus 1 and 3/4. Now, here's what some students do. Like, oh, I'm just going to move 3/4 down here. But that is not what we should do. And I'm going to show you why. Really? So if you have 5 right up here, this is the same as 5 and 0/4, right? 5 and no extra pieces. And now you can see 0/4 minus 3/4. Wait a minute. Big bottom borrow. Okay, so I'm going to cross this out and make that a 4. Now, remember that we're going to have a certain number of fourths here. And whatever these two numbers are added up, that goes on the top. Okay? Because the reason is, right, we had 0/4 there. When we borrowed from this guy right here, that was worth 4/4. So 4/4 plus 0/4 equals 4/4. Okay, so just add those two numbers up, and that'll tell you what's supposed to be on top, what the new numerator will be. 4/3 minus, 4/4 minus 3/4 equals 1/4, and 4 minus 3 equals 1. All right, let's give you guys a chance on this one here. So I'm going to write it like this. Let's use this strategy first here. So look at the fractions. Do I need to borrow? I do. So I should cross out the 6 and make it a what? Make it a 5. And that is going to give me how many twelfths? What number goes up here? All right. If you don't know, you just need to add up these two numbers. You had a 4 and a 12 there. So if you put those together, you get 16. Now, a little bit more about the reason, right? This was 4/12. When we borrowed some from here, we had 12/12. So 4/12 plus 12/12 equals 16/12. The cheating method, it's not cheating, it's a shortcut. 4 and plus 12, right? You always just add up these two numbers to figure out what should be on the top here. 16 minus 7. All right, so give me the whole rest of the answer. All right, you should have said 9/12 here and 1 here. Now, when you type that in, you can't do this. You can't leave the space out, right? This looks like 90 or 19 halves. What you have to do is press the space 1 and then a space 9/12. Okay, so that is how you type in your answer. All right, this is subtracting mixed numbers correctly. Okay, let's look at this page here together. I want you to open up to Math Journal page 171. All right, now you're going to be filling in the whole box. So the whole here is inches. Let's put inches right here. That's the measurement. You're going to be writing a number model. Now, we haven't read the problem yet. Of course, we're going to have to read the problem. I do want to take out this direction right here. Use a different strategy for each one. If you have a strategy that is working for you and is getting you correct answers, then keep using that. You don't have to change strategies. I think that's a bad idea. I also want you to make sure that you notice that you need to put the units on here, right? Which is inches. So if there's a number or a mixed number, that's going to be your answer. And then IN for inches. So there's problem 1 and problem 2. Problem 3 and 4, 5, and 6 are down at the bottom. These are sideways. If you write 4 and 2/4 here, you are super duper wrong because that meant that you tried to do it sideways. So make sure that you use the space on the page or a scrap sheet of paper to write that correctly, because 4 and 2/4 is wrong, wrong, wrong. Okay. All right. And then look, there's one that doesn't have anything next to the whole number. Remember, this is like 3 and 0/6. Okay, that tells you that you're probably going to need to borrow there, of course. Okay, but not on all of these. Not on that one. Okay, so, all right, that's enough help on that page. If you need any help with anything else, please reach out and let me know. And good luck.